It's not been broken crack. It's properly mounted and secured, free of illegal wells. We go around to the other side. Which we're going over there to find the air compressor. This hose, you kind of follow this hose all the way around.
Talking about these?
Yep, follow that hose all the way around to the side. Yeah. You can see it running over there.
Talking about that one.
Yep, follow it all the way where it go.
Right there.
Yep. Behind there, that's your air compressor. Not AC, that's the air compressor. Which the air is to control everything in the truck, the brakes and all that. So you talk about the air compressor. The air compressor is properly mounted and secured. It's not being broken or cracked. It is gear driven. Gotta mention that part. And there's no audible leaks because it's air. You hear it if it's leaking. Here, anybody know what this is? That's your power steering pump. My power steering pump is properly mounted and secured. It's not being broken or cracked. It is also gear driven. My power steering hose. It is properly mounted and secured. Not there's no abrasion, bulges, or cuts. There is a visible leak, but you say there's no visible leaks, and it also has the clamps in place. I have my engine oil cap. It's on tight. It's properly mounted and secured. It's not being broken or cracked. My engine oil dipstick is it's on tight. To check my engine oil, I will pull the dipstick out, clean it off, put it back in, pull it back out, check to make sure it's filled to the proper levels. And if it's not, I will add engine oil here. My power steering reservoir, it is properly mounted and secured. It's not been broken or cracked, no visible leaks, and it's filled to the proper level. My power steering reservoir cap, it's on tight. It's not been broken or cracked. To check my power steering, I will pull it out. I will do the same way I did as the engine oil. I will pull it out, wipe it off, put it back in, pull it back out, check it to make sure it's filled to the proper level. If it's not, I will fill through here. I have another power steering hose. It is properly mounted and secured with the clamps on each end. There's no abrasion, bulges, or cuts, no visible leaks. This is your steering shaft. The steering shaft is properly mounted and secured. It's not been broken or cracked, free of illegal wells, and there's no more than 2 inches of play when turned. Here, y'all know what these is?
Gearbox.
Nope, that's your U-joints. U-joints are properly mounted and secured. They're not been broken or cracked, free of illegal wells. They are properly lubricated, and there's no shiny metal. All right, from the steering shaft, you go down to this. This is your power steering box. It is properly mounted and secured. It's not being broken or cracked, free of illegal wells. There's no visible leaks because it has power steering fluid inside. Your pivot arm, it is properly mounted and secured. It's not being broken or cracked, free of illegal wells. And it also has a castle nut and cotter pin in place. My drag link. My drag link is properly mounted and secured. It's not being broken or cracked, free of illegal wells. They also have rubber bushings, one here and one there. There's no abrasion, bulges, or cuts. My upper control arm, and I got the lower control arm on this side. Well, probably gonna look at it from this side. My upper control arm, my lower control arm, they are both properly mounted and secured. They're not been broken or cracked, free of illegal wells, and they both have the castle nut and cotter pins in place. And I have my tie rod. My tie rod is not being broken or cracked, properly mounted and secured, free of illegal wells, and it functions properly. My spring hangers, I have one here and one here. They are properly mounted and secured. They're not being broken or cracked, free of illegal wells. My leaf spring is properly mounted and secured. It's not been broken or cracked, free of illegal wells. It is straight and not scissored. My U-bolts are properly mounted and secured. It's not being broken or cracked, free of illegal wells, not missing any hardware. My bump stop, they say this is rubber. It is properly mounted and secured. There's no abrasion, bruises, or cuts, and it functions properly. Have my shock absorber. It is properly mounted and secured from the top to the bottom. There's no illegal wells and no visible leaks because it has hydraulic fluid inside. Then, now this part, on the brakes, you can't miss nothing on the brakes. If you miss anything on the brakes, you're going to fail. So first, I have my brake hose, and it's 5 parts, so just remember that. So I say first, I have my brake hose. There's no abrasion, bulges, or cuts, no visible or audible leaks. Second, I have my brake chamber with a clamp. It is properly mounted and secure. It's not been broken or cracked, and it functions properly. Third, I have my slack adjuster and push rod. It's not been broken or cracked, free of illegal wells. It's properly mounted and secure, and there's no more than 1 inch of play when the brakes are released. Third, I have my brake shoes. They are properly mounted and secured. They're not bent, broken, or cracked. And it is 1/4 inch of life left. I have my brake drum. It is properly mounted and secured, not bent, broken, or cracked, free of illegal welds. And there's no bluing, which will indicate overheating. That's your 5 parts of your brakes. Now, I have the inside of my rim. It is properly mounted and secured to my tire. It is not bent, broken, or cracked, free of illegal welds. I have the inside wall of my tire. There's no abrasion, bruises, or cuts. It's properly mounted and secured to my rim, and no audible leaks. The top of my tire, it is evenly worn, and it has at least 430 seconds of tread depth left. No recaps are allowed. Outside wall of my tire is properly mounted and secured to my rim. There's no abrasion, bruises, or cuts, and no audible leaks. I have the outside wall of my rim. It is properly mounted and secured to my tire. There's no bends, breaks, or cracks. No illegal welds. I have my valve stem. It is properly mounted and secured. Has a cap. There's proper clearance from the tire. To check it, I will use the tire gauge to make sure it's filled to proper inflation. I have my 10 lug nuts. They are all properly mounted and secured. They're not bent, broken, or cracked. There's no shining or rusting, which will indicate looseness. I have my hub seal. It is properly mounted and secured. It's not bent, broken, or cracked. No visible leaks or screws inside. That's that part. Once you're done with that part, you go to the coupling. Y'all can talk about the coupling 3 times.
You want to hear that all in your sleep.
Yes?
Now, it's funny, but you say that, but
You do hear.
I was doing this in the car with my kids, and they was like, "Mom, what you talking about?" All right, talk about your coupling. Coupling is the hoses, air lines, and the 5th wheel. So you have the emergency line and the service line. Air is going through there. So you say, I have my emergency line and service line. There's no abrasion, bruises, or cuts. They're properly mounted and secured from the tractor to the trailer with the glad hands. My glad hands are not bent, broken, or cracked. They're properly mounted and secured. It has the rubber bushings in place. And it also has proper clearance from the catwalk. Electrical line. My electrical line is properly mounted and secured from my tractor to my trailer with the safety latch. My wires inside are not ripped, torn, or frayed, and it also has proper clearance from the catwalk. Now we go over here, we talk about the 5th wheel. My apron, which is this part of the trailer here. My apron is properly mounted and secured. It's not bent, broken, or cracked, free of illegal welds. My skid plate is properly mounted and secured. It's not bent, broken, or cracked, free of illegal welds, and it is properly lubricated. There is no light or gap between my apron and skid plate. I have my release arm. It is properly mounted and secured, not bent, broken, or cracked, and it is in the lock position. My platform is properly mounted and secured. It's not bent, broken, or cracked, free of illegal welds. Mounting bolts, they're all properly mounted and secured. They're not bent, broken, or cracked. There's no shining or rusting, which will indicate looseness. And on the other side, which we can't see it.
Kingpin.
Gotta talk about it before I it's 2 pieces you gotta talk about over here, but one of them we don't have in the truck. This is my locking jaw. It is properly mounted and secured. It's not bent, broken, or cracked. The locking jaw is around the kingpin. Gotta make sure you say that part. And it's supposed to have the pivot pin over here, but and you don't have it on this one. But the pivot pin is not bent, broken, or cracked, properly mounted and secured, and it has the cotter pin in place. That's what you say about the pivot pin. Now you go back under here. No, you're gonna stop under you so you can see it.
You know, you also talk about these.
In here, that piece right here, the round piece, y'all see that? That's your kingpin. My kingpin is properly mounted and secured. It's not bent, broken, or cracked, free of illegal welds, and it's properly lubricated.
It's hard to see when it's dark.
Now we go back up here. Once you're done with that couple, you gotta come back. Now this is part B of the feature. You did part A.
Oh yeah, the doors.
Mm-hmm.
The doors.
Talk about this.
Amber. ABS.
I'm wait till they get over here.
Forgot. ABS.
Mm-mm.
Tab. Flash. Full flash.
Nope. This is a multifunctional light. It is not. It is properly mounted and secured, not bent, broken, or cracked, not missing any bulbs. It is the proper color amber.
Okay.
My mirror bracket is properly mounted and secured. It's not bent, broken, or cracked, and it functions properly. My door handle property minor secured, not missing any hardware. It opens and closes the door. You lift the door up, like I'm trying to. Alright, you do that, which means my hinges, my door hinges are property minor secured, not been broken or cracked, they function properly. Because it's not, the door is not sagging. We talk about this seal. The seal around my door is property minor secured. There's no abrasion, bruises, or cuts. Cabin steps, property minor secured, not been broken or cracked, free of any oil or debris which would cause me to slip or fall. I have my depth tank with the cap. It's property minor secured, not been broken or cracked, free of any visible leaks. My battery box, which is under here, you have 3 batteries. They're all property minor secured, not there's no corrosion, loose wires, and it's in the locked box. Ooh. Have my exhaust. It is property minor secured, not been broken or cracked, free of illegal wells. There's no leaks except the black soot, which is at the top. I have my diesel tank, property minor secured, not been broken or cracked. It has the straps. The strap has no abrasion, bruises, or cuts. Also has the other metal piece with the rubber in between the 2 metals, which would stop the friction. I have my cap. It opens and closes, screws and unscrews, and it has the rubber seal and the safety chain in place. You gotta mention that. You gotta open it and show it. You have another multifunctional light. It is property minor secured, not been broken or cracked, not missing any bulbs, and it functions properly, proper color amber. Come back. I have my drive shaft. My drive shaft is property minor secured, not being broken or cracked, free of illegal wells, and it functions properly. You also have the U-joints here and one over here at the front of the drive shaft. They are property minor secured, not being broken or cracked.
Point out the U-joints again.
The who?
The U-joints.
This, and that piece, and they got one up here. You can see it from that way.
So we ain't supposed to talk about that until we finish the... Because earlier we were here around the coupling part, so you ain't supposed to talk about it.
Well, no, not at that point. You can.
You can if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the cross member. It's property minor secured, not being broken or cracked, free of illegal wells. Ooh,
Let's go.
then you go to your coupling again.
Okay.
I gotta go over there again. I have my apron. It's property minor secured, not being broken or cracked, free of illegal wells. Have my skid plate. It's property minor secured, not being broken or cracked, properly lubricated, free of illegal wells. There's no light or gap in between my apron and skid plate. My release handle. It is property minor secured, not being broken or cracked, free of illegal wells, and it is in the lock position. My platform is not being broken or cracked, property minor secured, free of illegal wells. My mounting bolts.
Wait, so we're talking about it again?
Yes, you do.
You gotta talk about it 3 times in each section, like A, B, and C. You gotta talk about it in each section.
And you can't skip.
Wait, we did it in 8 earlier when we discussed it?
After I came from under the hood and I went to the tire and talked about the suspension and the brakes, I came to the coupling.
I got it wrong.
And my mounting bolts are property minor secured. They're not bent, broken, or cracked. There's no rusting or shininess, which will indicate looseness. We gotta go around again, but we're gonna talk about that locking jaw and the pivot pin over there. My locking jaw is property minor secured. It's not bent, broken, or cracked, free of illegal wells. And the locking jaw is around the kingpin. My pivot pin is not bent, broken, or cracked, property minor secured, and has the cotter pin in place. My kingpin, which is in that middle again, is property minor secured. It's not bent, broken, or cracked, free of illegal wells, properly lubricated. Ooh. Need some water.
Stuff all over your shirt.
Oh, you gonna get dirty. Don't wear no good clothes when you doing this free trip. You gonna have oily hands and stuff everywhere.
And you're free to bring a pair of gloves with you.
Yeah, if you don't want to get your hands dirty, you want to use some gloves. Where I was. Yeah.
Oh, how you doing today?
Now, this part, you talk about your suspension again. They basically have the same pieces on the front. My spring hangers, property minor secured, not being broken or cracked, free of illegal wells. My leaf spring is property minor secured, not being broken or cracked, free of illegal wells. My U bolts All property mine is secured, not been broken or cracked, not missing any hardware. My shock absorber is properly mounted and secured, not been broken or cracked. It's properly mounted and secured from the top to the bottom. And there's no visible leaks because it has hydraulic fluid inside. When you talk about the brake system again, the 5 pieces of the brake system, if you miss any, you fail. My brake hoses are properly mounted and secured. There's no abrasion, bruises, or cuts, no visible leaks. My brake chamber with the clamp is properly mounted and secured. You can see it from this side too.
I'm about to say it's very hard.
It's properly mounted and secured, not being broken, cracked, free, but legal well. Now this part, you gotta come see the slack adjustment and push rods on this side. Right. Yes, you can see it. Yeah. Slack adjusting and push rod. Y'all can all see it? It's like way on this way. Yeah, you got press record. Press record on the phone. It ain't even recording. I was say kind of come under that. You see what I'm touching there?
Yeah.
That's a slack adjusting push rod.
Okay.
My slack adjusting push rod is properly mounted and secured, not being broken or cracked, and there's at least 2 inches to play when the brakes are released. You see?
She's a great student.
Huh?
She's a great student.
Properly mounted and secured, not being broken or cracked, there's at least 2 inches to play when the brakes are released. My brake shoes. Brake pad is on top.
Oh, I'm good, bro.
Thank you. My brake shoes are properly mounted and secured, not being broken or cracked. There is at least a 1/4 inch of light left. My brake drum. Brake drum. It's properly mounted and secured, not being broken or cracked, free with legal wells. There is no bluing, which will indicate overheating. Now you talk about, now back here we have dual tires. My inside rim is properly mounted and secured to my tire. It's not being broken or cracked, free with legal wells. My dual tires are butted together with the proper spacing. There's no debris in the middle. Top of my tires are evenly worn. There is at least 2 30-seconds of tread depth left, and recaps are allowed at the back. Outside wall of my tire is properly mounted and secured to my rim. There's no abrasion, bruises, cuts, and no audible leaks. Like I said about every part, which I kind of forgot. The outside wall of my rim is properly mounted and secured to my tires. It is no bends, breaks, or cracks, free with legal wells. I have my valves properly mounted and secured, not being broken or cracked. No audible leaks, has the cap. And to check it, I will use a tire gauge to make sure my tires are fused to the proper inflation. And it also has proper clearance from the tire. My 10 lug nuts are all properly mounted and secured. They're not been broken or cracked. There's no rusting or shininess, which will indicate looseness. Now in the front, we got a hub seal. This one we have an axle seal. It is not been broken or cracked. It's properly mounted and secured.
That's 18 minutes so far. You know that?
Hmm?
We had 18 minutes.
It's about 30 minutes.
But like like when you are doing it, you know, outside when you're doing a real job, you can do it like in less than 5 minutes if you know everything. So it's still 30 minutes.
Like when you really
Just how
checking,
she
it's
doing
really
it,
gonna
that's
take.
how we gotta do it.
It's really gonna take that long. If it don't take that
But
long,
like
they gonna know
you're
gonna
teaching it to us right now. But then if you are looking at it by yourself,
It's still gonna take 30 minutes if you properly checking.
But basically, the way she's saying it is exactly the way you guys see on the test. There's no shortcuts about it. You gotta,
Right.
if you gotta go back and do that connection, the coupling 3 times. 1 time is not sufficient. That means you didn't go back and check the port B or port C.
Basically, the truck is your spouse. You gotta know it.
You gotta know
Front
like
to back,
of your
up
hand.
and down.
That ain't good if you're married to them.
All these years, I still don't know it.
So that don't mean nothing.
You got one little problem on a truck this size, that's a big problem.
Yeah.
Wait, how many years?
About 30. I still don't know. She changed
That's what he
everything.
said.
She
Y'all
changed
just
everything.
right.
She changed the truth. Try about those kids.
The weather truck ain't gonna change on you while you
I hope
taking it.
not.
Well, different trucks would be a little
See,
different.
same thing. I'm in trouble.
Because you're like parts will be in different places on different trucks, but you'll still know it once you see the parts. My mounting brackets are properly mounted secure. They're not been broken or cracked. My mud flap. That's my mud flap bracket. That's what I meant to say. My mud flap is not. It's properly mounted secure. There's no abrasion, blows, or cuts. It has a DOT tape in place. It's proper clearance from the tire, the ground, and my landing gear. I have my lights, my brake lights, my four-way flashers, my turn signals, and my reverse lights. They're all proper mounted secure, not been broken or cracked, not missing any bulbs, proper color red and clear. My
Crack handle.
huh?
The handle.
Oh yeah, my landing gear handle, the bracket, and the boot. They are all properly mounted secure. They're not been broken or cracked. They're legal wells and they function properly. Now we're gonna talk about. Bro, before that, I gotta go back to the couple. Will be the third time doing a couple. My emergency line and my service line. You can talk about them because they both air lines. So we can talk about them together. My emergency line, my service line is properly mounted secure from my tractor to my trailer. There's no abrasion, blows, or cuts. They are connected with the glad hands. My glad hands are properly mounted secure. Not been broken crack, has rubber bushes in place. And they have proper clearance from the catwalk. My electrical line is properly mounted secure from my tractor to my trailer. The wires are not ripped, torn, or frayed, and it is replaced with the safety latch. And it also has proper clearance from the catwalk. My catwalk and catwalk steps are properly mounted secure. They're not being broken or cracked, free of any oil or debris which causes a slip or fall. And it supports the weight of me, the driver. Back to the fifth wheel, boys. My apron is properly mounted secure. It's not been broken or cracked, free of illegal welds. My skid plate is properly mounted secure. It's not been broken or cracked, free of illegal welds, and it's properly lubricated. And there is no space, no light or gap between my apron and skid plate. My release handle is properly mounted secure. It's not been broken or cracked, and it is in the lock position. My platform is properly mounted secure. It's not been broken or cracked, free of illegal welds. My mounting bolts are properly mounted secure. They're not been broken or cracked. There's no rusting or shininess, which would indicate looseness. On the other side, I have my locking jaw. It is properly mounted secure. It's not been broken or cracked, free of illegal welds, and the locking jaw is around the kingpin. My pivot pin on the other side is properly mounted secure. It's not been broken or cracked. It has the cotter pin in place. My kingpin is properly mounted secure, not been broken or cracked, properly lubricated, free of illegal welds. Here, I have a multifunctional light. It is properly mounted secure. There's it's not missing any bulbs. It functions properly. The proper color amber. So I talk about the bed of the trailer. It's properly mounted secure, not been broken or cracked, free of illegal welds or any illegal drill holes. My DOT tape. I have 50% DOT tape on the side and 100% in the back. My tie downs are properly mounted secure. They're not been broken or cracked, free of illegal welds. They function properly. And under here, we got cross members all the way down. They are all properly mounted secure, not being broken or cracked, free of illegal welds. They function properly. I have a multifunctional light. It's properly mounted secure, not being broken or cracked. No missing bulbs. It functions properly. And top of color amber. And they always down the hill. Now you gotta get under here again. But you see this part. This is spring hanger. My spring hanger is properly mounted secure, not been broken or cracked. My leaf spring is properly mounted secure, not been broken or cracked, free of illegal welds. Alright. You basically gotta go over your brakes and suspension again. My my brake hose is properly mounted secure. There's no abrasion, blows, or cuts, no visible leaks. My brake chamber is properly mounted secure, not being broken or cracked. It functions properly. This again is just slack adjusting your push rod. It's properly mounted secure, not being broken or cracked. There's at least 2 inches of plate when the brakes are released. Airbags. Airbags up there. My airbags with the mounts at the top. My airbag mounts are properly mounted secured, not been broken or cracked. The airbag inside has no abrasion, bulges, or cuts. And we talk about these lines here. This is service line, emergency line again back here, because they run from the front all the way back here. My emergency line, my service line has no abrasion, bulges, or cuts, no audible leaks. Now you can stay under here and talk about this side too, since you're under here. My brake shoes are properly mounted secured, they're not been broken or cracked, free of illegal welds, and there's at least a quarter inch of life left. My brake drum is properly mounted secured, it's not been broken or cracked, free of illegal welds, and there's no bluing, which will indicate overheating. Talk about your tire in the rim again. The inside of my rim, which you also have dual tires back here too. The inside of my rim is properly mounted secured to my tire. There's no, it's not been broken or cracked, free of illegal welds, and there's no audible leaks. The inside wall of my tire is properly mounted secured to my rim. There's no abrasion, bulges, or cuts, and no audible leaks. Now, get your money. No, I'm talking about tires now. You gotta mention your tires that they dual tires again. They're butted against each other, proper spacing, no debris on the inside. Top of my tires, they are evenly worn. There's at least 2 seconds of tread depth left. Recaps are allowed. Outside wall of my tire is properly mounted secured to my rim. There's no abrasion, bulges, or cuts, no audible leaks. Outside my outside rim is properly mounted secured to my tire. There's no bends, breaks, or cracks, free of illegal welds. My valve stem is properly mounted secured with a cap. There's no audible leaks, and to check it, I would use tire gauge to make sure my tires feel proper inflation. And it's proper clearance from the tire. I have my 10 lug nuts. They're all properly mounted secured, not been broken or cracked. There's no rusting or shininess, which indicates looseness. On this one, this is different. This is like the front tire. This is the hub seat. My hub seat is properly mounted secured, not been broken or cracked. Any visible leaks, and it's filled to the proper levels.
Like, I'm not sure how you're not cold. I hope you don't get sick, brother. Oh, Lord.
Mud flap brake is properly mounted secured, not been broken or cracked. My mud flap has no running on the truck, proper clearance for the tire. More tie down. My tie downs are properly mounted secured, not been broken or cracked. They function properly. And I mentioned these lights. I have my ABS light and a multifunctional light.
Alright, that was ABS.
My ABS light and my functional light is proper mounted secured, not been broken or cracked, not missing the bulbs, proper color amber and red. At the back, this is my 100% DOT tape.
What you mean by 50%, 100%?
See on the side how it's like gaps in between the tape, and here is just all the way across, 50% and 100% the back.
That makes sense now.
I have my lights, brake lights, reverse lights, four-way flashers, turn signals. They are all properly mounted secured, not been broken or cracked, not missing any bulbs. They function properly and the proper color red. Clearance lights are properly mounted and secured, not been broken or cracked, not missing any bulbs, proper color red. I have my license plate. I mentioned license plate back here, just like you do in the front. My license plate is properly mounted and secured, not been broken or cracked. It is visible and it's up to date. This part is the DOT bumper. It is properly mounted and secured, not been broken or cracked, free of illegal welds, and it also has the 100% DOT tape. Everything I mentioned on this side, I will also mention on this side. And it is my pre-trip. The outside pre-trip.
So we done?
Yep.
Oh, you gotta do the inside too.
Yeah, you done with the outside pre-trip. But it got an inside pre-trip also.